Title: Ella and Anton, Destiny in Paris. Story: on the harsh streets of Paris, where dreams often wither beneath piles of fallen leaves, a young homeless girl named Ella struggled to survive. At 17, she carried a bitter past and a future that looked bleak. One of the few comforts, hopes, and warm moments in Ella's world was an old torn bench outside a small Parisian cafe where she sat every day. One snowy evening, as Ella shivered from the cold, a young man named Anton walked into the cafe. Anton was an aspiring musician, with music in his heart and a smile that sparkled like the city lights. He saw Ella sitting on the bench and felt a pang of sadness seeing her in the cold. Without thinking, he bought a hot chocolate from the cafe and walked over to her. Ella was startled by Anton's kind gesture. She was usually wary of strangers' kindness, but there was something in his eyes that made her feel safe. "My name is Anton," he said, his smile full of warmth. "I thought you might need this." "Ella," she replied softly, accepting the hot chocolate. That evening, they talked for hours. Ella told Anton about her past, about leaving home, and the struggles she faced on the streets. Anton shared his musical dreams and his desire to make the world a better place. As the weeks went by, Ella and Anton grew closer. They often spent hours on the bench outside the cafe, talking, laughing, and sharing their dreams. Anton spoke about the songs in his heart, and Ella opened up about her fears and past. She believed in Anton's musical talent and always told him he would one day become a great musician. Anton wanted to help Ella find a safe place to live, but he knew he had to earn her trust first. He continued visiting her every day, bringing food and warm drinks when needed. One day, Anton told Ella about a local community center that offered shelter and support for homeless youth. Ella was hesitant, afraid of feeling vulnerable again. "I'll be with you," Anton promised. "I'll help you through it." With Anton's support, Ella agreed to go to the community center. It was the beginning of a new chapter in her life, one filled with hope and possibilities. Ella continued her studies at the center and finally found a stable place to live. Anton kept visiting her, and their friendship blossomed into love. One spring evening, under the most beautiful bridge in Paris, surrounded by breathtaking views, Anton knelt before Ella. "Ella," he said, "will you marry me?" Tears welled up in Ella's eyes. "Yes," she said. "Yes, I will marry you." They got married at the same cafe where they had first met, surrounded by friends and family celebrating their happiness. As they began a new life together, Ella and Anton decided they would always give back to those less fortunate. They started a charity to provide shelter, education, and support for homeless youth. And so, a heartwarming love story that began on the streets of Paris became a legend of hope and compassion. Ella and Anton, two souls brought together by fate, showed the world that love can bloom even in the darkest circumstances, and that a small act of kindness can change someone's life forever. Would you like this as a printable story, or in a visual format too?